All right. Well, good morning, Checkmate crew. It's 15 minutes after the opening bell in New York Stock Exchange. Today is Thursday, May 18th, 9:45 a.m. Let's get right down to it. Okay, so today I was going to talk about our individual stock orders and the already the stocks that we have, but with the way that the dollar is reacting to some of the recent Treasury auctions, I think it's worthwhile for us to talk about actually trade setups on the indices and what we're going to be doing for the next let's say a couple weeks. So let's just get right down to it. So right now we're in this phenomena, all right, where the dollar is rising pretty quickly, actually. As you all well know, within the last couple of months, the dollar short long gold trade has gotten really crowded. All right. And so what we saw last week and this week was a much higher shorter term interest rate in the Treasury auctions in the shorter term maturity. So it was like something like last Thursday, we had a I think 5-month Treasury bill that went for 5.2%, which is really high. All right. And not only that, so we've been talking also about this debt ceiling, right? So with this debt ceiling, I've been saying that the Treasury has not been issuing these long-term Treasury bonds. However, they have been issuing something called CMBs, which are cash management, cash management bonds or cash management paper. That's how they're doing it. They're doing it extremely quietly. Okay, so they're not really issuing bonds, but they're issuing these things called CMBs. All right. Some people call them magic beans, but it's all. If you go to the Treasury website, you can actually see all of this. So I think what's really going on is that a debt ceiling is probably already agreed upon. And just from the dates on the CMBs and the short-term paper, I think what they're going to do is probably kick this debt ceiling talk down. They'll probably kick it down the road, maybe like a month or two. And we'll probably see this episode again in August, September. So I think a deal has already been reached just based on looking at the auctions and just looking at the CMBs and everything that's been issued. I think probably they'll have like some sort of deal that lasts for a couple of months, and they'll have to renegotiate again in around August, September. So that's why I think the Treasury is already getting ready for all of that with their issue of the CMBs that they've already done. Okay, so that's the reasoning why I think it's already. Now, I don't have any like insider information on what happens in Congress or anything like that. I have no idea. I'm just basing all of this off of what I see off of those Treasury auctions. That's it. Okay, so what does that all mean? So because we're already seeing interest rates go up, I mean, if we look at TNX, I mean, it's not a surprise. I mean, if we look at TNX is going up, and I think if we close just a couple of days above this this level right here, this 3.62, 3.63 or something percent, I think if we get up there for about a day or two, we're probably already going to see certain trades unwind. Okay, so what are the unwinds that are going to happen? Dollar short, gold long, and Nasdaq long. Okay, Nasdaq long is also a very extremely crowded trade. Wow, I don't know why. Yes. Okay, yeah. So it's an extremely crowded trade. I actually want to short the Nasdaq via the QQQ. Okay, so I do have some levels here. We're very close to them, and if we hit that, I'm going to buy some put spreads. Which put spreads am I going to buy right now? I'm actually looking at the QQQ June expiration 330 to 310 debit spread. If we actually look at the vertical, 330, 310. This one is right now going for 364. Probably when we get to that level, it's around 13,730, 13,710 to 13,730. You know, on the Nasdaq. So once we get there, it's around on a QQQ. It's probably going to be around $333 at that point. This put spread is probably going to be around $3.50, which is under $4. So our maximum profit is 20 out of this. So that gives us a good 4-to-1 reward to risk ratio, which I like that. Sounds good to me. And so I'll be taking this trade. Now, again, when interest rates go up like this, first of all, when interest rates go up, valuations come down, especially in growth stocks. But not only that, but I also think that if we start seeing those interest rates actually make meaningful rises, we're probably going to see the dollar keep going up as well too. All right. Now, when the dollar keeps going up like this, the reason why the dollar will keep going up as interest rates go up is because it becomes more expensive to hold a dollar short when interest rates go up compared to other countries, okay? Because currencies trade in pairs. So when you're shorting the dollar, you know, as a currency trader, you're getting long something else. You're getting long the euro, you're getting long the Japanese yen, you're getting long something, right? So when you short the dollar in other currencies, what ends up happening is that you have to pay the swap rate, the difference between your two countries' interest rates. Okay? And so if the shorter term interest rates in the United States go up, that swap rate goes up, which makes it much more expensive to hold on to that dollar short. All right? And that is why I think we might see a little bit of a short squeeze in the dollar. We might see the dollar actually head up. And also, that's not going to be good for the NASDAQ. So, the NASDAQ, that's why I think it's going to get hit. Now, not only that, let's also take a look at our market internals as well, too. If you actually look at our junk bonds ADL line, we've actually been getting some steady declines within our junk bonds ADL, our junk bonds advanced decline line. So, corporate credit is weakening, okay? It is weakening. So, we're getting a little bit of a divergence. The market has been flat to actually slightly up, while junk bonds have been steadily declining, and this has started since April, all right? So we're getting that divergence. I'm getting more and more comfortable with a short, all right? I'm getting more comfortable with that, so we shall see, but I do think that that will be a pretty good trade for us. So again, QQQ, 330, 310, put vertical debit spreads, long the 330, short the 310 for the June monthly expiration. That is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a target of around $3.50 first in order to enter. But really, the levels are really based on NQ levels. I don't know why the open interest keeps showing up. I never use this. Yep. And then, yeah. So my levels here, we're almost there. We're like 10, 20 points, which is like, what, 0.1% away. If it hits, it hits, and I take the trade. All right. Now, on the opposite end, once we get a pullback, I want to get long. And when I get long, I'm going to get long on the small caps. And here's why I want to get long on small caps. Small caps tend to not care when the dollar goes up. When the dollar goes up, the small cap stocks are the least affected because most of the small cap stocks are heavily domestic industries, like, you know, banking, industrials, small companies, you know, biotechs. They don't really export their goods overseas. They work generally mostly domestically. And so actually most small cap stocks are net importers. So actually for them, a strong dollar helps most companies' balance sheets because the imports become cheaper. So for IWM, if we get to this like 172 zone, I want to get long the IWM. Okay, so I'm going to short the triple Q and I'm going long the small cap stocks. All right, but again, I want to pull back. It's gone up a little bit, you know. It's gone up about 2 or 3%, and I think if we have a meaningful correction, I mean, IWM can still pull back. So it can still pull back like, you know, a percent or two. And if it does and gets to that 172 zone, I want to get long on IWM. All right. But QQQ, we're there. We're almost there for me to short. So I am patiently waiting for that to fill. Okay. So that's the triple Q. And that's just what I see right now. And also, too, if we look at, you know, this is something that we went over yesterday, but the New York advanced decline line is not dropping all that much. So that's why, again, I'm a little bit more comfortable taking the IWM long trade if we can get to that 171, 172 zone. And then also our New York Stock Exchange high-low line is still curling down. So, again, I don't think right now is the time to get long on IWM. I think that's going to be more like in a couple of weeks. But the QQQ short, oh, yeah, I'm ready. I mean, the New York high-low is down. Junk Bonds ADL is also giving us a divergence. Plus, we're seeing interest rates go up. All right. And really, this thesis becomes invalidated if we see a big drop in the TNX, in the 10-year Treasury yield in the next coming days. But I don't think it's going to happen. I actually think we're going to close above this, and it's probably going to keep going up. Maybe for a day or two, it might come down, this, that, whatever. And that's why, you know, this is exactly why I don't like taking futures trades, just because those are leveraged trades. I'd rather take like a put debit spread, something like defined risk, you know, using puts, because it may take a couple of days for this, you know, may retrace back down a little bit and then go up. Who knows, right? I mean, no one's got a crystal ball on day to day what's going to happen, okay? But I think the deal is pretty much done, the debt ceiling deal, just from looking at the Treasury auctions. All right, they're just not announcing it, and everything is just theater. There's a lot of theater to go around. So until that's over, you know, the theater may continue, but I think pretty much U.S. Treasury is already ready and preparing for an announcement of that deal, and they've already started selling these CMBs to kind of bridge their financing for the next couple of months. So I see that already. So again, now I'm getting comfortable with the idea of getting short on the triple Q. And I'm ready to do that really soon. Probably within the next couple of minutes here, we're probably going to get our fill at 350. Okay. So that is the trade, and I think that was a little bit more important to go over today than our individual stocks. I'll go more over our individual stocks next week. Yeah, I'll go over that more next week. As far as other trades, I mean, I know some of you guys trade crypto. I'm actually thinking about buying some puts on Ethereum as well, because I think if the triple Q drops because the interest rates spike up, we're going to see the crypto space also drop as well too. So I've got still, you know, some funds. You know, we at the Discord we talked about the ARB token drop. I might be taking some of that token drop money and putting it into some puts via some on-chain method, probably Lyra or something like that. Actually, let's actually take a look at that. Let me just pull that on my screen. Sorry about that. Amateur hour. All right, there we go. I don't really know which one I'm going to go with. I kind of like... I mean, obviously, you know, we would want a little bit of time, but not too much because I don't want to pay for all of that. Something lower delta like this, just for a quick move down and then cash out real quick. But June 2nd or the June 9th, that's the last one that I looked at. Maybe the June 9th, 1600, because, you know, buying a spread on on-chain options is like really inefficient, just because of the capital requirement. Because they don't. It's not like in like traditional finance where like the collateralization. When you buy a closer to at the money put and you sell out the money, a further out the money put. In normal options trading, your collateral is only the difference, the debit that's required to take on that spread. Well, in on-chain and crypto options, it doesn't work like that. It's like two separate positions. It's like having a long and a short, and then you have to fully collateralize or collateralize partially the short put, even though you're long on a closer to at the money strike. So those spreads don't work like normal options do. So for this, I won't be using a spread. I'll just be going long on some out the money options. Actually, I may even consider the June 30th and just buying the 1600 June 30th. I might do that. Puts. But yeah, we're getting closer and closer to that point. Maybe over the weekend I buy some of these puts. But yeah, I think so. I think that's the way to go here. We shall see. We shall see. Okay. So that's my trade. So I'm getting into QQQ puts. I'm also exploring some Ethereum puts as well too, because I think crypto will drop, and I think interest rates are going to spike up. The dollar is going to go up, and we'll probably see a little bit of volatility in the markets. Oh, by the way, and I think we're going to also we're going to be rotating. We saw this phenomena in the last, I guess, couple of months, really, where we saw growth outperform value stocks, and I think that is going to come to an end too, at least for the next few weeks. After the interest rates spike up, I think this is going to trend down. But I do think this is probably going to make a higher low, on the weekly chart at least. Does it look like it? Yeah. So, well, I don't know if you consider that the low, but I think we're not going to go down beyond this, the lows in early 2023, end of 2022. I don't think we're going to go that low, but I think it can retrace all the way down here and then maybe come back up again in June, July for the next couple of months. And then we'll have that probably another debt ceiling episode, August, September, and then maybe some sort of inflation 2.0 from crops. I still think that's going to happen. Yeah, I think this is what, and then that's going to put even more pressure on emerging markets to hoard dollars, and then we're going to see the dollar go up. I think that's the plan for the rest of the year. I'm not trying to predict the future. I'm just anticipating 5 or 6 moves ahead right now. But yeah, I think this comes down, and we're going to see outperformance in like things like the Dow, the IWM, and those kind of indices. And then we're going to see a temporary, I think, next couple of weeks, underperformance and growth as TNX, as the 10-year Treasury rate goes up. So that's my next few thesis, and that's what I'm planning on, and that's how I'm going to plan my trades for the next few weeks. Okay. Any questions? Questions, comments, rude remarks? Somebody from chat. Somebody from chat is asking me gold. Gold. Everybody loves gold. So yeah, I mean, gold goes along with that trade that I was saying. As I mentioned before, those are the crowded trades right now. Is short dollar, long gold, long Nasdaq. Those three are the traded, the most crowded trades that I'm looking at. And so gold has, gold and silver, yuck. Okay, so gold and silver have some ways down. They if the dollar really squeezes higher, we could see gold retrace all of this. And at that point, would that be a good idea for us to get long on silver and other commodities? Maybe. If Wow, it's at 10:02. Whoa. So this really is dumping. SILJ. Let's see GDXJ. What about the junior gold miners? Junior gold miners also coming down pretty fast. What about Barrick Gold? Barrick Gold. Oh, Barrick Gold. Woof, look at that. Yeah, so, you know, it's still got, I mean, these stocks still have a ways to wait. I mean, they could retrace another 10% or so and still maintain their uptrend, their weekly chart uptrend, you know? So it's still, I mean, it's still got some ways to go. And especially if the dollar really squeezes up and interest rates really go up, you know, then we could see a bigger correction in the gold and silver markets. So I think, yeah, I think, we're getting really close to our buy levels here. Let's see. Have we gotten to 350 yet? I don't know if it actually went through or not yet. I'm doing this on my other accounts. No, it hasn't. It hasn't triggered yet. But I might go ahead and and just get into it now. For the QQQ. Yeah, I think I might just go ahead and just execute the trade because I think it's gonna. I think it's about to go through. No, hold on. Yeah, it went through. It went through. Yep. So I'm in. I'm in my other accounts. I have another brokerage account at Interactive Brokers, and I just got in 350. So there we go. It just hit right now. It just hit right now. So again, you just saw me trade Lyra. You just saw me call it live. Right now, I am in the triple Q 330. 310 spreads. I said I was going to buy a 350. It just crossed there like a minute ago, and now we're at 345. I just checked on my Interactive Brokers. I'm in at this 350 zone. Okay, so I'm in. All right, let me go ahead and message you guys here on equity. Where are you guys? Yep. Okay. So let me go ahead, and as always, I always let you guys know, and this is how I let everybody know, guys. Everyone got into the QQQ June 16th monthlies 330, 310, 330, 310, put vertical debit spreads for 350. Send now. This was done live on Market Memo, which is still going on right now. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, every time a trade goes through, I always alert on the Discord. So yeah, that trade went through. I'm in for the short. So I've got about a month for this to head down. I still think that, so again, the invalidation would be if this like really drops, like next week, Monday, Tuesday, if TNX like just drops and keeps dropping for the week and for the whole week, then yeah, then I'm out. I mean, I'm out of the, I'm out of the trade. But until that happens, I'm still in it. And over the weekend, I think I'm going to short Ethereum via long Ethereum options, and I'll probably do it on Lyra on chain, okay, over the weekend. And again, right now I'm considering I am considering those June 30th 1600 puts. They're a bit expensive, but maybe the June 9th 1600 puts. How many weeks does that give me? 1, 2, 3. 3 weeks? I might do that instead. The June 9th 1600 puts. That looks interesting. Okay, that looks interesting. Yeah. Okay, so I have to think about that just a little bit more. But I'll let you guys know, obviously. Again, just like I did for the QQQ, I'll get on Discord and I will go live with it. Okay? Boom. Any other questions? No, you don't. Okay, yeah. Somebody on chat just asked me about the Lyra options on chain. So no, you do not need an account. You don't need it's not like trading on chain. It's not like opening up an account with KYC and AML. You do have to have crypto assets and to on ramp onto crypto. Yeah, you can use like Coinbase or a centralized exchange, and they will take your KYC AML. But Lyra itself, no, it's just a protocol. It's an on-chain protocol, and they don't require any KYC AML. They are on the Arbitrum network. Well, at least I'm going to be using them on the Arbitrum network. So you do have to bridge your mainnet assets, like your Ethereum and your USDC coin, USDC token. You do have to bridge it into Arbitrum to use this. And if you go into our Discord, MSC has this whole section on how to bridge. If you go to our cryptocurrency sub-channel, and you should be, there are tons of tutorials that some of our members have put on our Discord. So you can check that out and see how to bridge. Or you can just ask one of us, and, we tend to stay kind of active on the Discord. So that is that. So are there any other questions? I don't see any. So, okay, well, in that case, let's go ahead and wrap up our session of the Morning Market Memo. Our Discord invitation link is in the video description below. Come join our Discord, be a part of our growing community. There's no sub fees, no paywalls. It's of the people, by the people, for the people. And if you enjoyed our video, hit like, follow, subscribe, comment, show some love, baby. All right, I'm going to be back on next week. Next week is going to be a little bit of a shorter schedule for me. I am traveling again next week, but at the end of the week, I should be back on. So I'll do another market memo probably on Thursday and Friday of next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be flying around all over the United States. So I will probably not have the best internet connections at the hotels. If I can, I'll try to get on, but most likely I won't have time either. So Thursday and Friday next week, I'll try to put a schedule up on next week. And again, I'll still be on the Discord. If I do that Lyra trade, I'll alert you guys, even if it's over the weekend. So again, join that Discord link. It's free. You got everything to gain and nothing to lose, really. So I hope to see you guys soon. Have a wonderful weekend. Trade safe, guys. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.